Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Beneath a Steel Sky. You better not be... Ah! What? No! Lamb, you ruined it! Oh god. Go back up. Come on. I gotta get Joey. So there's one thing about getting Joey, is that he has to be on the same screen as you, and Lamb has to stop being an annoying bugger.
Come on, Joey.
Because Lamb was blocking his way. So today we're heading onto Bellevue and... No, Lamb, you cannot come with us. Alright. And now we're down one floor. Come out of the elevator. There we go. Welcome to Bellevue, which is gonna be,
It's long and flexible. Just what I need.
It's not going to be long and flexible, but this cable is. This is going to be another place where we're going to spend a lot of time going back and forth. Especially later on. But right now, there's not a lot we can do down here, so we're going to actually just go into here, because this is where we have to go. Now, if we actually look here, we got two doors, we got houses.
S. Reich. So this is where he lives.
Like Reich's house. Luckily, we have his card so we can actually go into his house. However, there are shrubs. Let's look at shrubs.
I've never seen anything so green. It's sticky with some kind of gum.
More shrubs.
It smells fresh and alive. I ought to plant these all over the gap.
We must repopulate Australia with greenery.
Strange to think these plants were common ones. I can almost feel it growing.
Well, it's something that has to be done. I suppose with the future we must bring back eco-friendliness. However, there's a man here sitting there. Let's talk to him.
Hi, my name's Foster. Pleased to meet you. I'm Gallagher.
Now, Gallagher, there is actually no dossier for Gallagher, and as we talk to him here, he's a bit of an interesting personality. But we're not going to talk to him right now. Hey, Lamb.
Hey, Lamb.
Let's talk to you right now, so I don't have to wait for you.
Hello, Supervisor.
What are you doing down here?
Why shouldn't I be here?
I thought you were a D-Link.
You were wrong, Lamb.
Call me Gilbert.
I'd rather not, if you don't mind.
That's really a really bad line. Hello, Supervisor. We play game together.
Is this where you live?
Yes, this is Bellevue.
Very nice.
Living here makes my job more bearable, but how I wish I could get away sometimes. What I need is a holiday. A break from all this managerial responsibility.
Now, one thing I did forget to mention about Lamb is that his character right here is really well detailed for a bunch of pixels, because look, you can even see his double chin. Like, they were able to present that. Like, this is how fat he is.
Bet you're wondering who fixed the elevator.
Whoever it was, he gets my thanks.
Actually, it was me.
You don't expect me to believe that, do you? You can't pull the wool over my eyes.
I thought you'd be grateful.
Gratitude is for folk who accept charity, lad. I've no time for sponges and scroungers.
Well, sorry for that, Lamb. I actually kind of screwed up his routine because he's supposed to go in his room. Oh well, let's go back and talk to Gallagher.
What's going on in this city? Something wonderful. Tell me about it. Please. I can't do that. Everything will become apparent when the time is right.
This is what I meant with Gallagher being interesting. He's a bit more of a realist, I suppose. He seems to know more about the goings-on in the city than he lets... Well, he knows, but he won't tell anybody.
What are you doing? Just watching and waiting? What for? I won't know until it happens. I guess not.
He just seems a bit out there.
Are you feeling all right? Never felt better. You look depressed. Don't worry about me. You've got enough to worry about. What do you mean? Who are you? It's too early to tell. I'm newborn. Too much in flux. I don't understand.
We'll actually understand in due time. Much later into the game, what he just said there will make a lot more sense. As of this point, it doesn't really make much sense at all.
Do you always talk in riddles? I don't think I do. Maybe it's your perception that's at fault. Maybe your interpretation of what I say differs from the intent of what I mean. Maybe.
Yeah, very interesting, Gallagher is.
Can you direct me to the ground level? You're a social transcender. Going up in this world means going down. It's all a question of status.
But I just kind of like how Gallagher talks, overall. Now, one thing I did forget to mention is how we were able to get down here. With Reich's card, in the instruction manual, it actually says that because of trying to find Overman, Reich has access to both Erie Tower and Bellevue. However, he also lives here, so I don't know why it would actually say that more than anything else. But we can go inside. And this is an interesting place. We can actually see this through the window if we really wanted to, but hey, we can get inside. It's really not something I would have expected.
Doesn't look very comfortable. I'm too busy to sit down. It's a food dispenser. It must be empty. A poor fish will be hungry.
Yeah, some secret things about Reich are actually in here.
It's not switched on. It doesn't work. The power must be off.
One thing is this big poster saying fish.
It shows different kinds of fish. Reich must have been fond of them. It shows Reich.
Wow, he shuffles differently. I didn't know he could do that. Anyway, now that's one thing. The certificate actually sheds more light as well.
Union City Fish Fanciers Club. 3rd prize, tropical mutant category.
He really likes fish. Really likes fish.
That fish must get very bored with its little world.
Well, I wouldn't think so because of the attention span that a fish has.
I better not touch. It might bite.
If it remembers what... If it remembers where your finger is, I suppose.
It's a picture of hills, covered with white stuff.
No snow exists in the future, so it's just white stuff.
Nothing in there but a dirty tissue.
And that's something I don't really need to know.
There's nothing in there I want.
You don't want the dirty tissue, Robert? Well. Now for the bed.
That's where poor Reich slept. I couldn't sleep there. Reich would haunt me.
That would have been an interesting thing, but it wouldn't fit this game's atmosphere if we had a ghost following us. Oh well.
It still bears the impression of his head.
Which is really creepy, but however, we can push over the pillow and we see a magazine underneath.
Dangerous Bikes Monthly. A motorbike magazine.
You were expecting something else, but it's something that we actually do need to have, and... Actually, you know what? I might as well just do that for paranoia's sake, I suppose. Oh well, that's all we can do with Reich's apartment. I'm gonna leave that other door for later, because we can't actually get in there. Hi, Joey.
Where are we now, kid?
I don't know, but I don't like it. The sooner we get out of here, the better.
Okay.
How far is it to the ground now?
Still too far, and I hate heights. We've at least 12 meters to go.
Is that all you have? Yep, that's
Never
all you have to
mind.
say. Alright, then... Oh, wait. More analysis.
Give me an analysis, Joey.
A motorbike magazine. Those machines are sleek.
Do you want a shell like that, Joey? Too bad I can't get him one.
Give me an...
It's mostly copper. The traces of iron, carbon, and magnesium.
Would it bear my weight?
Oh yes, easily.
Perfect. We're gonna get some use out of that. And a light bulb.
Give me an analysis.
Nothing special about it. It's an ordinary light bulb.
Well, hopefully we'll get some use out of that. Maybe. So, the only thing we got out of that is the magazine, and there's still more stuff we have to do down here, so I'm just gonna go to the right here. This place looks awful, and there's a container over here.
I wonder what's kept in there.
Always look in containers, you might find something.
It's empty.
The problem is with this game, containers actually contain nothing of interest. Usually they're empty.
What do you know about art, Joey?
Do you include welding under that topic?
Well, I suppose so. If it's creative welding.
I could make a few improvements to that sculpture.
Welding. But this is called Man and Machine. Modern art.
If that's art, I must be missing something.
Well, I'm missing the curious thing on top of it, but... Hey, you know what goes with art? Dance. Dance goes with art. Alright. So, I don't want to go in there just yet. I actually want to go into the travel company. This is an interesting place to go. Got a dude in here. And a mural. Very nice mural.
It's a painting of how things used to look. It's a wooden case with lots of little compartments. They're all completely empty.
Apparently this place doesn't get much business.
What a dump. I wouldn't want to go there.
And apologies to people who live in London.
A big female robot with a welding torch.
And that's a different way of looking at the Statue of Liberty, I suppose. Now, one thing that Joey can do in here and also at the other building...
Can you interface with that computer, Joey?
That's not a good idea.
Why not?
Because the system has a virus.
How can you tell?
Just believe me, I know these things.
I can sense them wirelessly through technobabble.
Bigger than the one I had as a kid.
And here's a fun thing we can
I
do
used
with
to play with it for hours.
Here's a fun thing we can do with the globe that looks really huge for some reason. Spin it. Except Joey gets in the way. Well, we might as well talk to the man, I suppose.
Hello.
Welcome to Trevor's Travel Company. Where do you want to go?
Can you get me to ground level?
Sure, on one of my luxury air coach tours.
Coach travel makes me sick.
Me too. I prefer to keep my wheels on the ground.
What kind of tours do you offer?
Well, there's a wide choice. The Grand City Tour, the Economy City Tour, and the Mystery Tour.
Well, that's an interesting amount of things, and we do need to get to ground level. What's the mystery tour? I'm really curious.
What's the mystery tour?
If I told you, it wouldn't be a mystery.
Well, yeah, I guess, but well...
How do I know it's not a ripoff?
That's the chance you have to take.
Can't you give me a clue?
Not until you've booked.
Huh. Alright then, what's this?
What's the difference between grand and economy?
The Economy Tour is cheaper. Exactly the same itinerary, but less prestigious.
Really? Well... let's see what the mystery tour is.
The mystery tour sounds fine.
I'll reserve your ticket.
Now tell me, where does it go?
It doesn't go anywhere physically. It's the latest in virtual reality.
Oh, not that old turkey.
It's almost completely like the real thing.
If you say so, but I'm not convinced.
Great, alright, well... you know what? I'm dressed for success. Let's go to the grand tour.
I'll take the grand tour.
Just one tiny point. You'll need a decent wardrobe.
Really?
These are all I've got.
Perhaps if you remove the coat.
I'd rather not.
Suit yourself.
What's wrong with these clothes?
They're fine for a sheep farm. But what you need is something fashionable.
Look who's talking.
The Grand Tour is classy, see? You'll be mixing with people of elegance and money.
All right, forget the Grand Tour.
Alright then, well, something's under his coat, we know that.
Book me on the economy tour.
I'll make your reservation. You can pick up the ticket in a month or two.
Can't I have the ticket now?
Sorry, there's a waiting list.
Why is there a waiting list? You were able to book any other tour than the economy tour.
Is there anything you'd swap for a ticket?
I doubt if you've anything which interests me.
Do you know a guy called Orylen?
Never heard of him.
Oh well.
Did you know your computer has a virus?
It can't happen.
My robot assures me it does.
Get a life. That's just a welder on wheels.
Show him, Joey. Analyze his brain patterns.
You sure? It's like a cesspit in there. He's obsessed with archaic images of masculinity and his failure to live up to them. He sees the laws banning motorbikes as repressive, a form of institutionalized castration.
All right, knock it off.
His ideal woman would be a combination of his mother and his first moped.
You leave my moped out of this.
That's a bit too much information, but actually it's information that's very interesting.
Go on. Give me a ticket.
I told you, there's a waiting list.
Come on! Come on!
It doesn't matter.
Alright, so, out of that, how are we gonna get that ticket? Well, what Joey actually said, which is a bit odd and a bit blunt, is he likes motorbikes. Let's try giving him the magazine.
Would you swap a ticket for this magazine?
You mean it? Of course I will. It's the T.E. Lawrence Collector's Issue. I've been looking for that for years.
Fantastic. And he starts reading it and the ticket pops out.
Travel Co Tours. 1 adult.
And now we have a ticket to go on the economy tours.
Never mind.
Thing about this ticket,
Give me an analysis, Joey.
It's made of recycled paper.
thing about this ticket is, you can't actually get to the tour bus. However, if you remember about what Lamb said, is that he wants a vacation. Well, this is somewhat a vacation. Can I get to him? Lamb? No! Ah, well, I have to go up, back up to the Erie Tower anyway, so I might as well head back up there. Joey, you're gonna take your sweet time. Come on.
Come on, Joey.
Now you take your sweet time. Hopefully I don't miss Lamb, because I need to find him. Alright, so while I'm waiting for Lamb, I might as well go through another dossier, and it's a dossier of a person that would have been interesting to see implemented in the game. Her name is Beverly Erhard.
Hey, Lamb.
I'm gonna catch you, Lamb, and I'm gonna talk more about Beverly. She actually has no fixed abode, and she's a travel writer by profession, currently under suspicion of spying. It would have been interesting to see her at the helicopter crash, in my opinion. Erhard lived with her father until he failed to return from his business trip in Hobart. It is suspected that he has defected to Hobart from Union City. Miss Hobart makes weekly trips to Hobart City, and she is a possible prime contact for Hobart agents, so espionage. And her hobbies include virtual globe trotting. Now, I was just going to catch him because we can't actually give him
What's
the
that
ticket.
robot doing here?
He's my personal assistant. Say hello, Joey.
Hello, Joey.
Pity he's got no brain.
Okay, I'm surprised that happened now. It's supposed to happen a lot later, like when you're introduced to Lamb. But we have to give him the ticket.
Hey, Lamb.
Get over here.
Would you like this ticket?
What's it for, lad?
A tour. Wouldn't you like a holiday?
You're right. I really, I'm so touched. I'm going to give you something in return.
I was kind of hoping you might.
Ooh.
Something you'll look back on for the rest of your life.
Yeah?
Aye, lad. A tour of my factory.
Yes.
Oh, great.
Perfect.
Meet me there. You're in for a treat.
Alright then, so after our just reward of getting a ticket so he can go on a bit of a vacation, we get to go and take a tour of his factory. How much more of a factory is there actually to see, though? Well, we'll figure out next time. See you next time, everyone!